Hello and welcome back. This is Lake Tahoe Television News. South Lake Tahoe police arrested a man during a traffic stop on Wednesday evening at about 6 o'clock. The man turned out to be a very well-armed ex-con who was also wanted in connection with a South Lake Tahoe vehicle burglary and writing a forged check. John Liska, seen here, was stopped by police, but according to the report, he originally gave a false name to the officers. When his true name was finally uncovered, police recognized him as a suspect in the vehicle burglary and the forgery crimes from this last May. He also turned out to be a convicted felon from Alaska. Now, during a search of the vehicle at the traffic stop, police say they found a stolen handgun, brass knuckles, a spring-loaded knife, drugs, and drug equipment. Liska was booked into El Dorado County Jail with a long list of felony and misdemeanor charges. The original Red Hut Cafe on Highway 50 near Al Tahoe Boulevard in South Lake Tahoe suffered a small fire in the early morning hours on Tuesday. The South Lake Tahoe Fire Department responded and quickly doused 4 to 5 foot flames coming from one of the oven units. There were no injuries and damage was minimal. Red Hut Cafe told us they're up and running and open for business. The U.S. Forest Service has announced a program to restore one of the rarest trout species in America to a remote stream in Alpine County. Native Paiute cutthroat trout will be introduced into an 11-mile stretch of Silver King Creek. That's in the Toyabe National Forest. The project involves first chemically treating the small stream and some of its tributaries to remove the non-native species of trout. The EPA says that the chemical treatment they will use, called rotenone, is a naturally derived plant compound and does not pose a risk of adverse effects to humans. If the program is successful, the rare trout may one day be removed from federal protection under the Endangered Species Act. Are you thinking about replacing your old refrigerator soon? Well, you may want to hold off for a few more months. The EPA has revised its standards for Energy Star ratings for residential refrigerators and freezers so that by the end of 2014, these appliances will use 10% less electricity. The new appliances will also have optional connectivity features, which can send out an alert if the refrigerator door is left open. The EPA hopes the new requirements for refrigerators will cut greenhouse gases by an amount equal to 1 million vehicles. The new Energy Star appliances should become available around September of next year. By now you've heard about the Supreme Court decision regarding the Defense of Marriage Act, or DOMA, and the High Court's refusal to hear the case on California's Prop 8. Proposition 8 changed the California Constitution to define marriage as only between a man and a woman. Now, depending on one's opinion, Proposition 8 either protected the sanctity of marriage or it legalized and codified the discrimination of a subset of Americans. With the Supreme Court's rulings, California will now resume allowing same-sex couples the same rights as opposite-sex couples, and the federal government will now extend the same benefits and privileges to all legally married couples. In fact, U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius said that the U.S. government is now no longer required to discriminate against legally married same-sex couples. Now, I personally got mixed results when I spoke to local marriage licensing agencies. Nevada County told me tersely that they would follow the law, but El Dorado County Recorder Clerk William E. Schultz said that his department is ready to greet any couples that come to his agency for a license and that they will start issuing the newly worded marriage licenses as soon as they get the green light from the state. That's it for now from the Lake Tahoe Television News Studio. I'm Robert G. Scott.